So I had to see what all the craze is about with the new Proton pack from Darts. This right here is a Jupiter, which I've already done a review on my channel before. This was a build that I did way back in the early days of my channel. But the great thing about the Jupiter is it actually plugs into the Proton pack, which I have in this really cool backpack. This is courtesy of OptiMan. This is his backpack. And this thing's actually a collector's item. Really love this thing. I figured it would work really well with this Nintendo themed Jupiter. And of course, you know, I had to throw in the power fists because how else would you wield something like this? Yeah, this thing is a complete monster. So in this video, we're gonna attempt to try to do a chronograph. Disclaimer, this thing shoots so fast, it's so hard to get a chronograph reading off of it. But yeah, we're gonna give it a try. So we're gonna see how good of a tagger this thing is and pretty much its effective range. And just take a closer look at, you know, what makes the Jupiter so amazing along with the Proton pack. So let's jump right into the video. So when I first built the Jupiter, it's gotta be over a year now, I was just in love with this thing. I think this blaster is such a good offering. Even when you put the standard rival mags in this thing, it's still very decent. It's a great blaster that you just pull out and just blah, like it just unleashes a barrage. It pretty much dumps the entire mag in like a second, which is cool. So when you attach this thing to a Proton pack, it is just completely devastating. I can't even imagine being in like an inside event or like an HVZ and people are running around with these things. It's just crazy. They're gonna have to do some type of rules or whatnot for the games because standard rival tagging is gonna be the easiest thing that people can do now due to these things. And I imagine that when events really start picking up, there's gonna be a lot of these things because they're so good. So real quick, though, I can't really talk too much about the Jupiter because like I said, I covered this in another video, but I'll just touch base on it real quick. Very comfortable hand grip, very good power performance. This thing is usually around 78 to up to 100 FPS for this particular loadout. And if you'd like to see the complete build guide of this video, I recommend checking out Dart's video, or even I have one too, which I'll link in the description. So that said, this thing is pretty solid by itself. I added a little forward grip point up here. This is not the one from Darts. Darts also offers one that's really nice for this. I recommend checking that one out. This one in particular is actually off of my Cyber Ninja. I just really like to have something to put my hand up on, you know, just to kind of brace it, especially when this thing is just hosing. So as you can see here with the chronograph numbers, this thing is pretty standard for, you know, like a lower end rival. But to be fair, I didn't really want this thing hitting like over 100 FPS because there's a good chance that when playing in like an HVZ or some type of game where you are engaging close targets, you don't need to be pelting people in the face with, you know, 150 FPS rival rounds. So I do like the fact that this thing shoots a little bit lower. All things considered, I view this loadout right here with the Proton pack, with this Jupiter, as someone that's maybe rocking like a Flamethrower. Because this thing really performs like a Flamethrower. You point in front of yourself, fire, and you just shoot out a barrage of flame, if you will. It's, you know, just a ton of wall of foam. As you can see here, we went outside and just shot some cups, and it was just devastating. Those cups didn't stand a chance. We're able to lay down just a wall of foam instantly, and at 30 feet, up to about 50 feet, this thing is super accurate. After that, you know, rival kind of goes all over the place, so you're not gonna be getting any tags at 100 feet, so don't even try. If you wanna just, you know, maybe if you kind of arced it in a way and kind of surprise someone, you could maybe tag them at, you know, 75, 100, but it's going to be extremely difficult. So just to let you know, this is not your sniper rifle. If you're doing like a close quarters combat type of thing, or, you know, just inside, these are going to be just completely devastating. I'd actually say it's pretty much cheating at that point. That's how effective these things are. Another thing I'd like to bring up is, if you would like to purchase one of these blasters, either a Jupiter or a Proton pack or anything like that, please use my DrFlux Darts affiliate link. Now real quick, I do want to give a special shout out to Luke from Darts. Luke has helped me by setting up a Darts affiliate link. So if you have any purchases you want to make, you want to support the DrFlux channel, use my affiliate link for added darts. It will be in the description. What is my overall conclusion with this setup? I think it is reasonably priced for what you're getting. Now, getting the Jupiter and the Proton pack and everything, you're gonna spend a bit, I will say. But there's nothing that really competes with this. Yes, there's other stuff like the FDL Pip Pack. That's a pretty competitive offering. I would like to get my hands on one of those and check it out. For those who follow my channel know that I actually have the Battle Pack for 3D printed solid, and that thing is a beast. Now, here's the thing. That pack compared to this one, it's a different application. It's a different kind of thing. It's not, you can't just put one next to the other and say, well, this one's better, because it's all situational. That squad pack is actually designed to help support a squad of people with, you know, maybe like hopper type blasters like Nemesis, maybe Percy's or Prometheus's. But basically that backpack is able to refill them instantly. So you can just pop, kind of like you're walking around with a gas tank and you just fill her up, you know. So that's not really what this is. This is more of a self-contained system that's for maybe one person, maybe someone who needs to move real fast. You know, if you need someone that is maybe more agile and running in a fast squad, I would recommend something like this, because the battle pack has to feed into a hopper system. So if you notice, like on my minigun, it feeds into a God Hopper. So once you have a God Hopper in the equation with a Prometheus, now you got a lot of weight. You got a lot of stuff you're lugging around, but you have high capacity and you're basically a heavy suppressive fire unit. Whereas something like this is gonna work with anyone. Anyone who just wants to grab this thing and go, this works great. So this offering is really good. I think it's pretty competitively priced, and customer service for Added Darts is phenomenal. So if you have any issues with it, they are more than willing to help you resolve your issues, and super fast shipping, although I do live right next to them, so I guess it's always really fast for me. But I imagine other people get their products pretty fast, because I usually see that stuff ship out like instantly after orders are placed. It's usually like the next business day or something. Can't get behind this product enough. I think it's super cool. I've had this guy for over a year and have had a lot of fun with it. Unfortunately, due to events not happening a lot, I was not able to run this in my local wars, but now I can actually run it with a Proton pack, so definitely gonna see this on the battlefield. Well, that pretty much wraps up my review of the Added Darts Jupiter / Proton pack. Let me know in the comment section, is this something you would like to grab? Like I said earlier, if you want to grab one of these, please use my affiliate link for Added Darts. Greatly appreciate it. I also want to take a moment to thank all my Patrons. If you're not familiar with my Patreon, I run a Patreon that gives access to behind the scenes footage, and I try to do a weekly newsletter, which I kind of tell you what's going on behind the scenes at Flux Labs and with DrFlux. Also, there are, I'm setting up stuff with merch, so you can basically, when Patrons will get a shirt after a certain amount of time, and then also stickers. If you would also like to get a patch, head on over to Silver Fox Industries where you can grab a DrFlux patch. I want to thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, happy foam flinging. That thing is so satisfying to fire. And I gotta clean all this up, jeez.